All right, so we're going to start with a 6-minute warm-up. We want to gradually increase the intensity either before the warm-up or right after. I suggest you move all the joints in your body. So, roll your head a little bit, move your arms, move your hands, do a little standing on your toes, and you're good to go with the next exercise.
Awesome.
Let's get to it.
Let's do it.
All right, so now we're going to do some band front raises, and they look like this. And we're doing this to build up directly those muscles that we use to hold our ski poles in the right position. So I'm going to go like this. When you're done with this, it's good to hold for a few seconds just to get a little more endurance built up in those shoulder muscles. And again, we're on the foam pad. So we're going to have a little bit of a balance challenge, a little bit of feeling in the feet that we can be aware of. And then we can always move fore and aft while we're doing this to practice that motion. If you want to add a little fun to it, we can do a little edging while we're doing this. We're building coordination, or we can just do it like this. But we want to build up those shoulders so we don't have to think about holding our hands in the right position.
Perfect.
Now we're going to do some band pull aparts. So they look like this. We hold the bands out here and pull them apart.
Beautiful.
Now the reason that we're doing this is it builds up some of those muscles that help hold our poles up in the right ski position, like this, which we've been working on. Now if you want to have some more fun while you're doing the pull aparts, you can kind of go back and forth on the pad.
Well,
or you can do some edging if you want to do some edging. So we're going to do band external rotation. So it looks like this. I've got the band kind of tight between my hands. And I'm going to keep my elbows close to my body, core tight, and then bring my hands out. So this is working our shoulder blades and the connections back to our arms. It's your rotator cuff muscles. This helps with your posture in general. And of course, we've talked about having the poles in the right position. This is some of the muscles that keep your hands up in the right position as you're skiing.
Awesome.
All right, so now we're going to do split squats with our rear foot elevated. So the way we do it is like this. We put our rear foot up on here, get comfortable in the length, and then we're going to go down to about a 45-degree angle here. That's as far as you go down when you're skiing unless you're on the World Cup tour. So down to 45 degrees is good. Now we're working our strength and our balance and our endurance all at once on these quads so they don't burn when you're on the slopes. They're going to burn some now. This is the most important of exercise of all, and we're going to do 4 sets. So one set is reps on one leg, and then we'll switch and we'll do reps on the other leg.
So we're really getting into the strength building part of the program now.
That's right. This is the most important exercise we're going to do today. That's why we're going to do 4 sets of it.
And one more quick question. What size object would you recommend for people to do this on?
Good point. So this is about 18 inches tall. So a small stool, a box like this that's sturdy, an ottoman would work. A couch is a little too high. This is much more like what you feel when you ski. So 18 inches is a good height.
One of my favorite things about this program is how everything is so specific to skiing, so I love that.
Absolutely. It's tailored totally to skiing. And by the way, it also works your whole body. So you can do this all year round if you want, and then you're super ready for skiing.
Can't wait to try it. Can't wait to hit the slopes.
Yeah. Everyone has done snow angels, and we're going to do a snow angel-like motion, but we're going to stand on one foot. And this is going to challenge our balance and also work our core to keep everything stable. And
Sounds fun.
Oh, it is fun. And at the same time, we're using our legs and our hands in different ways. We're practicing that. So we're practicing part of the coordination of skiing. Here's how it looks. Go up on one foot. And we make the snow angels with our arms.
Beautiful.
And there we go.
Can't wait to give it a try. And we're not going to because we're working so hard to work on all these specific muscles, but if I do, I can do some ski angels.
That's right. We're going to do core angels again, but this time we're going to face the other way. And the reason we're facing the other way is we'll use our upper body muscles a little bit differently. We'll use our core a little bit differently. And it's going to challenge our balance in a different way too. So we're going to stand on one foot like we did last time. So here's the way it looks. Balance on one foot, and we make our snow angels.
And because we're turned the other way, we're just kind of activating some different muscles here. Looks great. And because we're moving, turning around, we're working kind of more of those back muscles now.
It's actually your front muscles.
Actually, the front muscles.
We're keeping this thing from going back.
Okay, so we're working the chest more. Got you.
Yeah. We're going to do a shuffle motion. This is going to work our balance back and forth on one leg after the other. We're going to increase the challenge by having our hands up over our head with a band that we kind of pull apart. So here's the way it looks. And we'll speed this up as we kind of get a feel for the exercise.
Now, Steve, are we tap dancing? We got to understand, how does this relate to skiing?
This is just building coordination on one foot and the other foot in balance.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
And it looks fun too.
Oh, it is fun. So we're going to challenge our balance and work our upper body at the same time in a little bit different way. We did core angels a minute ago. Now we're going to do what is called arm flutters. Here's the way it looks. We're going to stand on one foot,
Okay.
like last time. And then we're going to move our hands back and forth like this. And so this is challenging my balance, and I've got to react to what's going on with the different tension of the bands.
Slight bend in the elbows.
Slight bend in the elbows. We don't want to stress the elbow joint. There we go. We're doing lots of balance work today. We're going to do the arm flutters, and this time we're going to face forward instead of back. So here's the way it looks. And of course, we're going to stand on one leg at a time. There we go.
Man, I'm going to have more balance than a monk after this workout program.
That's right. So now we're going to simulate edging with our feet. So the way that looks is we're going to line up our feet parallel, and then we're going to move our ankles back and forth as if we're making turns going down the slope. We're going to have our hands out in a good ski position. Now you can move just your ankles back and forth or just your hips. Either way, we're changing our edge angles, or we can move both at the same time like this.
It's all in the hips. It's all in the hips.
Well, it's a lot in the hips. It's a lot in the hips, but it starts from the feet, actually. So you want to feel your balance in your feet, and that's why we have the foam pad here, to give it a little bit of a balance challenge and to help you focus on your feet all the way up to your hips.
I love that. So we're really starting from the ground up and building up.
That's right. It's through the ground that you sense what's going on with your skis and the snow. So you want to feel your feet always.
I love it. Let's feel those happy feet.
Yeah. Here's another balance exercise. We're going to stand on one foot on the foam pad. We're going to keep our foot balanced fore and aft, and then we're going to flex our ankle down and up. Here's the way it looks. Hands in a good ski position as always. Balance on one foot, and then flex the ankle.
Pretty self-explanatory there.
Yeah. So we're going to do a bird dog movement again like we did last time, but now we've got some resistance pulling us sideways. So I've got two bands looped together here. The far one's anchored on the door. Here's the way it looks.
That's working a lot of different muscles there too, I bet.
Yeah, this is working your core, your glutes, and your arms all at once. More balanced work. This time we have one band and we're going to do a halo motion. So we're going to move our hands up and over our head while we're standing on one foot. Again, we're working on our balance, we're working on doing one thing with our legs and another thing with our arms. Here's the way it looks. Both hands up on the handle here, up on one leg, back and forth. And this is making my leg work in different ways to maintain my balance.
And you're getting some of that upper body activation as well.
That's right. It's not a hard challenge, but it is a challenge.
So with skiing, we really are connecting that upper and lower body a lot, because kind of what I feel as a more of a novice skier, you know, I really just feel like it's just all lower body. That's not true?
No, it's subtle, but you're always doing one thing with your upper body and another thing with your lower body. So it's called separation of your upper and lower body. So you'll be facing down the hill while your hips move across, still facing down the hill while your hips move across as you turn the other way. And at the same time, you're working your legs. The pole plant is part of a good turn. So when you plant the pole, your legs aren't doing anything. Then you're turning.
Right.
Plant the pole, go the other way. Plant the pole, come back. Plant the pole, come back. Plant the pole, come back. So
Makes perfect sense.
coordination thing is subtle, but it's a coordination of everything.
It's very important.